hater, let them like the in my paper. They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbillies.
It's week 3 of the 2022 season, and we're going to look here at rookie Matt Corral. He was a tour de force a week ago, 6 passing touchdowns. It's the Panthers and the Saints, and it comes your way next.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Panthers ready to go here as they take the field on offense, led by a third-round rookie out of Mississippi, Matt Corral.
Now, he wasn't playing that last game right here on earth, was he? I mean, there's just no way. I mean, that performance, that number of times getting the ball into the end zone, throwing it.
No interceptions,
No interceptions, took care of it. Yeah, he was a little otherworldly in his last performance.
Wasting no time, Corral going to the air. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins. That'll bring up second down. You know, projections for him were a little all over the board. Some saw him as a day 3 pick, maybe a little bit higher, but here he is, round 3.
I do know teams that had him listed as a first-round talent. I also had teams that had him listed as a day 3 guy, which is rounds 4 through 7. So him going in the 3rd round kind of fit in the middle. I think he's going to have a chip on his shoulder wanting to prove that he should have been taken higher.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Corral. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by a three-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
His throw incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try and put his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
This is fielded at the 27. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, something like that neighborhood.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Corral with it on 1st down. Oh, it's tipped, but he still makes the adjustment. And he goes down at the 26, a pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down.
But when we see the ball tipped in the air, sometimes we get a little roll change, don't we? Because when it's in the air, sometimes the defensive back becomes a receiver. And in this case, the receiver looked like a defensive back, but ended up a receiver.
He caught it as a receiver. Hey, it worked out.
Worked out really well for them. But I'm telling you, the defensive guys,
frustrated.
Oh, frustrated. They're going to catch it in film.
Knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Corral. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Corral to throw on 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Third and goal. Here's Corral. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Eddie Pinheiro on now. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. And that'll be knocked away It's incomplete.
Haven't been a corner that's worth the salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
To throw again on second down. Dalton. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 10-0 to score after one on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And he fields it at his own 45. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Corral with it, first down here. He's going to look deep for more. He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strip like that not only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. Well, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern.
It's second down. Dalton looking. Now he's forced out left. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Dalton now to pass. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 36. 21 yards. Well done on the return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. DJ Moore, the Carolina offense, about to take over once again.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, here's Corral. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Corral. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Throwing, Dalton. And his throw here is incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Dalton being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Yeah, this is taken at the 23. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this is caught at the 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now Corral. Touchdown Panthers. Stephon Sullivan as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. They'll keep it on the ground again here. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And it's the Texans out in front as that one is just about to halftime. Randall Cobb, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Kadarius Toney, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And this tells the story right here. As a unit, negative yards passing through 2 quarters of play. That is something you almost never see. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in this second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point, and we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Dalton, he gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Kamara. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Now Corral. He's going to look deep for more. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Corral looking to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So Dalton now. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, Can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to show that sack carried out in just 2.5 seconds from beginning to end. Here comes the Saints punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is taken at the 15. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Now he'll throw deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
But with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And Dalton to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Dalton. And his throw is incomplete.
So many times we talk about coverage, we just talk about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Andy Dalton. There's Chris Olave. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 down at the 33. And it'll be Dalton again. And the catch made by Johnson. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Dalton's throw taken in by Landry.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now Dalton. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. attempt, and the Panthers will get the football back. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Again, it's Foreman. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Foreman. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. A carry for Foreman. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Panthers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to.